Welcome back to Chapter 3 of our Hardcore series. Now, I usually like to do these episodes in 100-day increments, and I think we're going to keep rolling like that unless somebody tells me otherwise, but our first 200 days went amazing. We set up our iron farm, our sugarcane farm, did some decorations, built a dock, went to the Nether, got some frogs, built this creeper farm, built a custom mountain on top of it. I called it a mountain, it's more like a hill. We'll do more with it later. We have done tons and tons of stuff, and I have tons more to do. And this episode, this chapter, is going to be a big one. I have so many ideas for this one, and it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind. But like in every one of my worlds, I'm starting to feel the need to soar. I need to fly. And this guy right here in my other world, he couldn't. No, he tried, but he just did not make it. So in this one, we're going to make sure we do. All right, my peoples, this one's going to be a big one. We have a few very specific goals I want to get done today. We are going to kill an Ender Dragon, and definitely get an Elytra and some other cool stuffs from the end. That's priority number one. We're going to do that probably here just a little bit. Number two is this monstrosity I'm constructing back here. I'm just going to freestyle it, see what it comes out to be. I'm not really sure, but hopefully it's going to be cool because I'm going to keep changing it till it is. I also want to go and rescue some pandas and turtles. Why? Because pandas and turtles, I like them. They're cool. Anyways, let's see what happens. Have you ever seen a dummy start a large project with limited inventory space, no planning, and no real idea what he's doing in general at this point? But we're kind of just feeling it out because that's how we roll. We just kind of just do stuff and see what happens. But I'm guessing at some point we'll gain a little traction and my voice will probably just cut out.
Hey, hold up.
So I wasted 29 of our days building this monstrosity, but I do like the way it's coming out. Of course, there's still tons and tons of work done, and we're going to wait and finish this once we get shulkers. In hindsight, probably should have done that first. I really should have. Most of my wasted time was running back and forth getting supplies that I kept forgetting. But whatever. It's done, and I built it. I ain't going back now. But let me show you what I have planned for these buildings. Now, tons and tons of details still needed across this entire thing. Like, for instance, here, the front of this is boring, but it won't be, trust me. And this is going to be our permanent storage room, and it's going to be a big one. Store all our good stuff except our collectibles. They'll go somewhere a little more special. You know, things like the dragon egg, creeper heads. And we are going to be breeding up and trading with our villagers, trying to get the stuff we need to go to the end and immediately enchant an elytra. And we do have plans for this little villager hall. We're thinking that maybe we want to turn it into like a little city council area where only certain villagers are living there. I'm thinking the masons and the cartographers. Now, I love this part here. It took me a good minute to figure out how I wanted to do it, but once I figured it out, I was really happy. And then, of course, our enchanting room where we're sitting around enchanting dirt. Just kidding, it's just an enchanting room, but I left all the dirt here. Early build phases. Well, early build phases, you know. If you don't have random dirt sitting around, you're not building. And this one here, we're not sure if we want to do this or not yet. We're thinking down there could be a map room, but I'm also thinking it's unnecessary because we could put it on those walls right there. And this is going to be our courtyard. And it's going to be pretty. It's going to be really pretty. I'm going to put all kinds of flower gardens in here and like little seating areas. And yeah, we still need something up there. I'm not sure what yet. And we still need walls, and we still need to extend this thing up the mountain because this is the front of this castle or whatever it is. I'm not even sure, but it's going to be something eventually. And in this garden, we are going to find a way to hide our villager little feed hole in here because we're not moving the villager breeder downstairs. I like it there. It's staying. So we're going to have to figure out a way to work this in. Since we're getting ready for super duper adventure time where we fight a bunch of scary things, we still have a couple things to do before we roll out. Like trading these guys for emeralds and levels. And taking a shot at enchanting a chest plate. It came out okay. Whatever. And back to the trading. It happens a lot. I'm not going to show most of it. I mean, a lot. And we finally got one of our villagers to give us a decent book. Later on, this guy gives us absolute garbage. This is the only decent thing this guy has. But this guy, on the other hand, he's the superstar with the sharpness 5 coming in clutch. And the looting. That's what the next important one we needed so we can get all those blaze rods. And we roll an epic sword. Oh, yes. And we already have the other two things we want to slap on it. And we go ahead and do that. This thing is awesome. We keep the villager train a rolling, not only working towards our adventure coming up, but also just the future in general. Oh, and that's perfect. And we go ahead and score the last book we needed, and one of the big ones too. Now this guy here, we do take a little bit of time and go ahead and get our farmers going. We're looking specifically ones with pumpkins because not only will they give us golden carrots, we'll be able to trade those pumpkins and melons for lots and lots of monies. And this guy's a winner. That's not terrible. We'll take it for now. And we go ahead and throw some enchants on this bad boy. Alright, we got a decent bow and golden carrots. We're feeling good. Alright, my dudes. Now, we did a lot of choring. We bred up a bunch of villagers, built a crazy weird castle. Only the front of it. The backside is probably going to be even bigger. I'm not really sure. Should be fun, though. But with all that being done, we have a different thing ahead of us. We need to go to the Nether. We need blaze rods. Yeah, maybe some wither skulls if we see them, or see some wither skeletons. And we also need a bunch of ender pearls. So it's adventure time. All right, we're gonna follow our path that we used to get back here when we were originally at the swamp. But we're going to screenshot our coordinates, and on the way home, we're going to dig a better path to our little hub here. We make it back to our original path, and we're getting ready for some brawling. Alright, well, there's our fortress. It's gonna be a pain getting back home because I already forgot where I came out at. And it's worth noting here that I did come down a little sick, so I'm gonna do the best I can here with my voice. We spent so much time building that I really just needed to slap some things around for a little bit. And that's what we did, and it made me feel a whole lot better. With a pretty successful little Nether fortress run here, we decided we wanted to get out of here. But we did want to get some of this soul soil and soul sand, and then our dumb brains finally figure out which way we came from. I ain't gonna lie, it took a minute. I actually had to go back and look at my replay footage to figure out, dude, where'd you come from? And this right here is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me in this game. I have never had a ghast fly this close to me unless I'm flying as well. He just came up, he wanted a hug. And I was like, dude, I ain't trying to hug right now. I just fought a fortress. And then he says, hits his cousin after me, and I'm like, dude, I already dealt with your other cousin. Like, bro, I'm just trying to go home. And we do finally make it home. And I ain't gonna lie, this terrified me. It's yep, I'm a super cool gamer. Yep. Well, we made it back home. Not gonna lie, there were some close calls. There was a lot of close calls. Oh, that's a bad view. Just building this tiny bridge here gave me tons of anxiety. Oh my gosh, like one ghast, I'm done, world's over. But we did get back with a lot of cool stuff. Oh yeah, we even found a couple diamonds. Got some soul sand, some soul soil, a full stack of blaze rods. That's just a win. A bunch of horse armor, our first mob head. We scored some nether wart. So we're gonna go unload this stuff, and we're gonna come right back, cause we still need ender pearls. Going right back into the nether, we're looking for ender pearls, and these guys are really stubborn. I think it's because I found a forest that spawned too close to the ceiling, so it was too lit up. So I just started farming some of the wood. I wanted it anyways, and we eventually did find some endermen. And of course we put them in a boat, as we do with almost everything. I don't know why, I like boats. And we just kind of do this for a little bit. Just getting wood, trapping endermen in boats. We eventually get everything we need. But it does take a while. A long while. I would have felt a lot worse if this was something I was doing in the overworld. At least we saved some days with no day-night cycle. And I believe these are the last couple endermen we needed. We wanted 16 just to be sure that our stronghold journey went smoothly. Dudes, that took forever. I don't understand why these endermen weren't spawning. But we did get a whole bunch of this warped wood, which I plan on using quite a bit. Let's go home and get our stuff ready to go kill an ender dragon. Oh yeah. Day 244, and we've had two very, very successful Nether adventures. The Endermen were really stubborn. I don't even know how I'm going to piece that footage together. Hopefully it comes out cool, because I had to run around a lot to get these guys to spawn. But we got 16 pearls and plenty of blaze rods. If it takes more than that, then we just have some really, really bad luck. But we're going to go find ourselves a stronghold as soon as we put all this crap away. But let's just take note, while we were waiting for those Endermen to spawn and clearing out an area for them to spawn, we got so much of this warped wood, and I love warped wood. Honestly, the castle roof, if I would have had warped wood when I built it, I probably would have used it instead of the mangrove. Might change it later, at least not until we get an elytra, because I'm not going to climb up and down, up and down. But for now, we're good to go. Alright, so we have everything that we need to go to the end. We got Eyes of Ender, a way to make more, mending and unbreaking to put on an elytra as soon as we get it, as well as the anvil. We also got fireworker rockets so we can fly around the end. We're ready to go. Let's see where this Eye of Ender takes us. Oh, also, we got our bucket of tadpoles, because we're going to grow these guys up in the end and bring them home, so we got our cold variants. Let's go. So we go ahead and chuck our pearl. And we were really hoping this was going to be a water adventure, but it's not looking like it, because we are heading west, way into the jungle. And because we always stay on track and never get distracted, we steal these bees home again. Still west of this annoying jungle, all mountain. We did stop here to get some obsidian, because we do want to make a portal to get back from the stronghold, or back to it, I should say, because we're probably going to be coming back to it again. And with our pearls stopping, we decide we just have to dig down through this huge freaking mountain. We do eventually find our way all the way down, and this is kind of an interesting one. I've been through a lot of strongholds in my day. Not only was this thing at bedrock, but we also found a geode right next to it. And the actual stronghold spawned in the deep dark, which was kind of cool and a little scary. But this thing was super tiny. It did not take long. This little portal here was right next to that library you just saw. And it had almost none of the Eyes of Enders that we needed. We took a second and get our little base set up, because we're going to be coming back here. Assuming we survive, that is. We go ahead and light our portal. We're going to jump through and get our coordinates so we know how to get back here again. Now, before we do, though, there's a reason I did not break that spawner. See, I have a data pack called All Mob Heads, because I like collecting mob heads. They're cool. And I wanted to get one of the silverfish mob heads before I broke it. And there we go. And, of course, after I got it, I broke it immediately, because these things are annoying. And we're just going to jump through. Mark our coordinates, and then we need to go fight our ender dragon. And we actually get a decent spawn. I don't think this is very far at all from our actual main hub, which is pretty sweet. Alright, here we go. Let's get some building blocks and go do this. And I did not think that far ahead with that. We have wood if we need it. Yeah, we should be okay. I ain't gonna lie to you dudes, this is gonna be a fight. I forgot to bring bottles, so all that lingering poison, dragon's breath, that's gonna be an issue. But we're gonna see what happens. And in we go. And our spawn doesn't look too bad, I've seen worse. And we go ahead and do my favorite thing in this game, bridging over the void. Oh, I hate it, and I'm gonna say it 1,000 times, so get used to it. But you know what I'm not gonna say? Much in the next couple minutes. I'm gonna let this music tell the story. So that was a pretty fun fight. Yeah, I had a good time. There wasn't even that many close calls, honestly. That track's called "Still Winning," and it's by my good friends, Mobcat Music. I mean that literally. Like, this is not a promotion; they're actually my good friends. Or I said he is. But yeah, check him out in the description. Dude not only does like DJ and hip hop stuff, dude's an amazing guitarist. He even does live shows. He even rocks on a keyboard. So yeah, check him out and send him some love. Well, we did it. Ender Dragon's dead. But that's only part of the reason we came out here. We want to go over here. Is that seriously above the void? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we go ahead and head towards this stupidly placed portal. Doing my favorite thing in the game. I don't know if you can tell here by the footage, but every time I go to place a block, I almost look at an Enderman, which would have almost guaranteed a good chance of death. Like, yeah, I probably would have died. But we do make it over. And just taking a quick second here to figure out where the crap we want to go. So we need to figure out which direction we are going. South looks pretty dead. West looks pretty dead. That's a maybe. And that's a maybe. So I think we just kind of go that direction and see what happens. Because I'm not bridging over all that. That's just dumb. And we bridge along. Fun fact on this one, as I was doing this, I had a toddler yelling in the background. So yeah, it didn't mess with my anxiety at all. We pitter-patter our little feetsies along. Still heading north, just kind of checking for new directions. You know, even though there's tons of ways to die in the end, traversing the larger islands, pretty peaceful. Well, I definitely want to get over there. I don't even know. Oh, I guess back to bridging. Well, we got ourselves a city, but do we have a ship? Oh, and we do have a ship. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm going to take a second to get my inventory sorted, and we're going to raid this bad boy. It looks like it's pretty promising, too. Should come out with some decent amount of shulkers. And then we're going to enchant this elytra, assuming that the one's up there, and then we're going to fly around. Heading into our first end city, we kill our first shulker. Oh, yes, because we want lots of these shulker boxes. But I want to talk to you guys about something. You guys ever notice that these things are like heads in boxes just spitting at you? Now, I know like alpacas and like llamas and stuff spit at people and things like that. Even people spit at people. But like if you were walking down the street and an alpaca or a person spit at you, you'd be like, dude, that's wrong. But like if a head in a box spit at you, you'd be like, dude, I am moving to a different city. This is ridiculous. Like, what? Why are there heads in boxes? This is really just really weird. And that's our first shulker acquired. Oh yes, this is gonna make building so much easier and just the game better. So we head up the tower, just dodging spitballs and collecting shells. This is one of my favorite places to fight in an end city. Honestly, it's pretty fun. Just make sure you have golden carrots. Now I have raided a lot of end cities in my day, like a lot, and this one did not disappoint with the loot. The loot was real good, as you will see in just a second. Oh, yes. And the loot train keeps on rolling. We're getting some really good luck with this place, including this Spire armor trim right there. That's pretty sweet. And we go ahead and pearl over to the purple yacht. And head right to the best place in the game. And while we're floating here, we do collect even more good loot. This one wasn't the best. And we're just going to take a little moment here to see what's behind us. Oh my gosh. Now, this is not the end of the game. We got tons of stuff to do, but this is going to make things so much cooler. Let's grab it. And we decide we need to give this thing the most, it needs to have the most graceful of names. It just has to. Something elegant. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Makes my heart weep. Alright, I think this Sand City's about done. We're definitely coming back here and get some more shulkers, but we're doing okay. And I think we might just head the same direction we've been going and see if we can't figure out a way out of here. We got frogs to breed and pandas to play with and all kinds of other silly, more important stuff than, beating the game and all that crap. And we forgot to bring leads, so we gotta get creative with breeding these froggies. We only want them to be able to jump in right there, in that portal. So, here's what we do. And if they don't jump in on their own, then we'll break those back blocks and push them in with water. And I'm just going to put myself in a little hidey hole until they grow up and do their thing. I honestly don't know how that mission could have went any more successful. Oh, yes. That was good times. That was good times. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Feeling pretty good. And since we have this elytra, let's fly up there and come back around to our little peninsula and see what it looks like from the air. Let's just slow roll it. We got our little custom mountain. Okay, okay. Still got a lot of work to do, but there's potential. That's some good potential. I was really not digging this when I started building it, but even though I spent a ridiculous amount of time on it so far, and it's not even near done, I'm starting to like it. It's starting to feel like me. With so much done on this episode and fighting the Ender Dragon as well as the end, we go and take on some of the most dangerous missions known to Minecraft kind. Like gathering dangerous bees. I have classified information that says these bees are smuggling anthrax in their stingers. And stealing eggs from turtles. Now, you might be wondering, these turtles look just innocent, right? No, 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 no. I've seen turtles do karate, okay? I'm pretty sure they were teenagers. And random flyby of our stuff. I like it. You see that panda there munching that bamboo? He wishes it was my arm. Oh yeah, dangerous. But we bring the savage home anyways. Special Ops mission codenamed Panda was a success. Still need a playful one. The lazy one, he's cool, but I like the playful ones. We get our little temporary honeycomb farm set up here. Now, these guys will have a cool little greenhouse at some point to play in, but for right now, I just need their honeycombs because I want to work with copper and, yeah, I don't want just green. And we get our last frogs in the farm, and I think I'm actually going to do a tutorial on this farm. It's been done before, but I can't figure out who I learned it from, so I'm just going to do one, and it qualifies as simple and effective. It works really well. And these guys immediately get to snacking. Oh yeah, we got all our frog lights now. And then we go play with our bees some more. And you're probably thinking, dude, they're just bees. Calm down. And I'm like, I disagree. The little baby bees are cute. And if you don't think that, then I say you're jaded. But you're welcome to your opinion. But I think they're cute. But I'm also weird, so there's that. Now, we are on the hunt for a bunch of sand now. We have a bunch of shulkers, and to the east, we knew there was a bunch of savanna. We haven't seen a desert yet, but there's a good chance a desert might be connected to it. It turns out we were wrong. We had to go way farther. But we did find it, and we went ahead and set up our mining operation, just taking note of OSHA guidelines, because we didn't want to get in any trouble. We wanted to follow the environmental survey that we had to do. Just taking all the precautionary steps. After blowing a bunch of stuff up and just grinding really hard on this episode, we decided to take it easy for just a little bit and enchant some new gear. Got a pretty sweet helmet, and we're going to combine that with some other stuff here in a little bit. And we pretty much wasted all our levels on these two pieces of gear, but it doesn't matter, because we have an experience farm with all our villagers. And we get yet another pretty sweet little roll on our boots. Now, we have the base down for both our helmet and our boots, so we go ahead and just hit up our villagers for the books we need to make these pretty epic. And we don't really care about our levels at all. So we just go ahead and just make the best helmets we can. These actually might be our permanent helmets, as long as our levels for enchanting allow us to finish it off later. Because sometimes it gets too expensive. I'm not really sure how it works. I just know you always do the most expensive one first. And we have to give our gear a nice sweet name as well. And there we go. That's a pretty sweet helmet. The Aqua Affinity and the Respiration were really the two we were looking for, as well as the Depth Strider on the boots. Because we have some new adventures coming up next chapter, and we're going to need both of those. Or all three of those. I can do numbers, yes. And we got our Tims. Oh, yes. We're feeling pretty good. We don't really care about our chest plate. We're very rarely going to be wearing it. I don't know why, but I have this weird rule. Once I get an elytra, I really don't take it off. But anyways, I have a little bit of building I want to do before we call this thing an episode. With day 300 coming really, really quick, I could have just put all this to music, honestly, but I just decided I wanted to chat with you guys. The more and more I work on this world, I start seeing how I'm going to tie everything together, as well as future things I want to do. It's probably going to take a while. Like, I'm hoping to be around at day 10,000. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's my goal. But anyways, we're building a little pumpkin and melon farm here, and it's going to make us really, really rich. Now, we're going to work through the night and the day for most of this. Instead of just during the day. Now, one thing I will say here is I have always hated sandstone. But here recently, I've kind of just been playing with color palettes, and I'm starting to like it. Like, I really do. I think it goes good with deep slate, and it's something I'm really starting to like. And utilizing that warped wood we got earlier, man, it's a great block. Also, check out them villagers in the back. Now, these guys are important. So, not every villager that you make a farmer has pumpkins. They always have melons. Both those guys have pumpkins, so we definitely wanted to cure them because they're going to make us so much money. And with the farm pretty much done and looking pretty good, we still have some details to do. We decided we wanted to make a little sewage drain from the castle and turn it into a little stream. Now, we needed a spot to AFK our creeper farm. Now, in the past, I've done custom islands, I've done hot air balloons, I've done airship, kind of like I'm doing right now. I've even done like exploding stars, but I did decide to go with an airship. Now, in hindsight, as I'm recording this voiceover, I think I'm going to change something on it. I build the balloon portion, and I think I'm going to come back and go super steampunky and put propellers holding it up instead of the balloon, because I did not like the balloon. But the airship, it's solid. Well, fam, we're sitting at day 300, which means we need to wrap this one up. But don't worry, I'll be grinding on the next one pretty much right away. A little sad we didn't get more done on the castle back there, but I can definitely envision just a sprawling castle in the middle of the peninsula with like cool little villager housing around it, making it feel like an actual town, paths and shops, blacksmiths, those little dirt huts back there. They have clerics in them. I'm gonna cure them, and they're gonna be my bartenders because we're gonna make an inn. I envision docks around most of this thing here, with awesome ships in the harbor. I have so many ideas I want to do for this world, but there really is so much time. So that's just gonna have to wait for the next one. But for this one, we fought an ender dragon. We fought a nether fortress. We raided a little bit of the inn. We got ourselves shulkers, and I'm feeling pretty good. Like, this is really starting to feel like home to me, which is important because if I'm playing a world and it doesn't feel like home, I just won't play that world. But this one here, I immediately just want to go and do more. And now that we have wings and shulkers, oh my gosh, the building is just gonna fly. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I mean that from my heart. I am having so much fun doing this, and I was actually sick during this whole thing, or at least about half of it. So, everybody out there is going through something in their life. So if I made one person smile with this video, I did my job. Peace and love, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.